Alright, so in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to install Netbeans and Java so that you can start learning to program. So let's get started. First thing you want to do is go to this website. This is the Oracle website. Oracle owns Java now, so this link is in the description. Just go here and you'll see there are some download links. If you followed the previous tutorial to install Ubuntu, you'll want to install, more than likely you'll want to install this Linux x86, that's 32-bit Linux, this file here. If you by any chance installed 64-bit Linux, use this one. And if you're not using either, then use Windows or Mac, whichever is the correct one for you. But click Accept License Agreement, and then you can click the file and download it. I've already downloaded it, so I'm going to skip that step. Next thing you want to do is open up a terminal. Now, a terminal is just a way of typing commands to use programs. So like most programs you're probably familiar with are like web browsers and things where you just click buttons and type text and stuff like that. But that's a graphical user interface, a GUI program. Terminals are different. They're more just typing to accomplish whatever goals you're trying to accomplish. So if you hit Control Alt T, you should see a terminal pop up. And then what we're going to do is go into Home, and the way we do that is the CD command is change directory. So that will change the current folder you are in the terminal. And when you open one, you start out in Home, but just to show you how to use this, I'm going to say type CD and then space and then /home and then your username, which should be the same as this thing right here before the @ symbol. So in my case it's Aaron. You probably have user or something. And make sure you put this / here as well. That is the highest level directory. The root directory is /. Alright, and then hit enter. If you do a pwd, you can see your current directory right there. And then we're going to go into downloads, and you don't have to type the whole thing. Notice if you type just a few letters like DOW, then you can hit tab and it will complete it for you. So you can see now I am in Home Aaron Downloads. If you do an ls, that will list all of the files. So I've downloaded Opera and Blender, and I have this JDK and Netbeans here, which is what you should probably have as well, but it may be titled a little differently depending on the version you download. Alright, so next thing you want to do is run a command as the super user, the privileged user. So this is something that's unique to Linux. It basically prevents people who don't have permission to install programs from installing them. Which Windows has similar things now, but it wasn't always that way. Anyway, so type sudo space chmod chmod 777 JDK, and then hit tab to complete it, and hit enter. The chmod 777 command allows you to make it so that a user can execute this file. This is a program. So enter your password. Should be password by default. If you have this, if you followed the previous tutorial, the password should be password, unless you've created a new user. Okay. So then type /JDK tab, and that should start running the installer for NetBeans. And yeah, it should launch the installer here in a minute. I don't know why it's taking so long. This is about the 6th or 7th time I've created this tutorial now. It's getting pretty annoying. Okay, so this is just like your standard installation dialog. On Linux, a lot of times you won't have this, but we do now, so great. Click Next. I accept. Next. This is going to be the location of the Java Development Kit, JDK. That's where your Java programs, that's where the executables for Java are that will allow you to run your programs. Okay, so click Next. This is where it's going to install NetBeans /home/ your username /NetBeans, blah, blah, blah. Next. I don't want it to check for updates. Install. And this will take a minute. So I'm just going to pause this and I'll be right back. Alright, so Java and NetBeans have finished installing, so it'll give you this little dialog. It'll ask if you want to contribute anonymous usage data. I don't want to do that. That's crazy. They're going to be spying on me. I'm going to finish. Alright. So the last thing you need to do to finish your installation of NetBeans is you have to change this file to add in your Java executables to the path so that you can run commands like Java commands, and you can actually run your programs. So for example, if I type Java, no, well, it works for me because I've already done this several times, but if you type Java, it's not going to work. It'll just give you some error about something. Actually, I can show you. Java home equals blah. Okay, now if I type Java, nah, still need to. Path equals blah. Alright, now if I type Java, see, it gives me this error. So you'll get this error if you try to run any Java commands. Now, once you have it set up, you'll actually be able to run commands and you get stuff like this, which you're probably not going to need to know most of these, but I'll teach you some of them as time goes on. Alright, so to get that working, what you have to do is do a gedit. Actually, first do cd space and then type tilde. Tilde is if you hold down shift and hit the key next to the 1 key, that's tilde. And that means your home directory, which your home directory is /home/ whatever your username is. So if I do a pwd, for me it's that. That's my home directory. The home directory is that, but my home directory is that. Alright, so once you're in there, you want to do gedit, and gedit is like a text editor program, and then you can give it a file name. So I'm going to say bash rc. Actually, it's .bash rc, and hit enter. Oops, what'd I do? What did I do? .bash. Oh, it's because I changed the path. Alright, I'm going to exit out of this, open a new terminal. My path should be fixed now. You don't have to do what I just did. So type gedit and then type .bash rc, hit enter, and there's a bunch of crap in this file. You don't have to worry about most of it. All you're going to do is at the bottom of this file add these 2 lines. And this one here, this JDK 1.7.0_40 might be different than what you have. But the way we can figure out what to put is if you hit Control-Shift-T, it'll open a new tab for the terminal. So you can see I have 2 tabs here now. And then do sudo, sudo, to run as the privileged user, find. Find can be used to help you find a file. Dot means your current directory, your current folder that you're in the terminal. So in this case, home, Aaron. Dash name. So this is saying I want to look for things with some name, and now I've got to give it the name to look for. And I'm going to say JDK star. The star means anything that starts with JDK but ends with who knows what. And then type your password. And there we go. So that's what I get. And you don't want to copy the // you just want to copy this part and put it in here, right there. So what this export does is it will create an environment variable for you. And an environment variable is just stores a piece of data on the system, which you can access and other programs can access. And you can print out all the environment variables by doing PRINTENV, print environment, and then hit enter, and it'll show you all this stuff here. Or you can do echo and then do $, and then the name of the environment variable. So path stores the location of every location that has some list of programs that you want to be able to run from the terminal. So like in this JDK, there are certain Java programs I want to be able to run. So I added them to the path, which is what I did right here. This environment variable I can access in here by saying $, and then putting the name of the environment variable in curly braces. So what I did, there's also a user environment variable, which will give you your username. So I put export and create this environment variable called Java Home, set it equal to /home/ the value of this environment variable. That's what this means, $, curly braces, and the environment variable name in the inside will give me the value. So this would be Aaron. This would be just like if it said Aaron there, or in your case probably if it says user. / and then the name of your JDK directory /bin. And in bin, if you do an ls, which lists the files, then you'll see there are all these programs, and Java is the one that you're going to be using the most often probably. Alright, so that creates that environment variable. Then the second line says set, it doesn't create a new environment variable, but it sets the value of the path environment variable to what it currently is, the current value of path, plus a colon plus the value of this thing, which would be all of this. So save that and then close it, and then you need to exit out of your terminal. So you can type exit or you can click the close button up here and then hit enter. Exit out of this one too. Then I'm going to open another terminal, Control-Alt-T, and if you do a CD $Java home, it should take you to that location that you set up in that file. And if you do a echo path, your JDK, that same location should be at the end of that or at least somewhere in it. And to change directories inside the terminal, one other thing you can do is do cd space dot dot, and that will take you up one directory. So you see now, instead of being in bin, I am just in JDK. If I do it again, I am now in home Aaron. If I do it again, I'm in /home, and if I do it one more time, I'm in /, which is the highest level directory. Just for future knowledge. Okay. And if I type Java, you can see now I have all these nice little commands that I can do. So that's it for this tutorial. In the next tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a new project in Netbeans, and I'll show you how to start programming. All right, that's it for now. Bye.